you beautiful people out there, what is going on? This is your friend Britt coming at you fast with another Call of Duty Advanced Warfare video, and today I have another commentary for you guys, another kind of real life situation scenario that can also improve you as a person in Call of Duty and just as a person in general. And I like making these a lot if you haven't found out already, and that's kind of what I plan on bringing to the Mutiny channel from now on. For the most part, is these kinds of stories and these kinds of tips to making you a better player and a better individual in general. So what you're seeing right here is just some basic team deathmatch gameplay. I haven't sniped in a while, and I decided that, hey, you know, let's snipe a little bit. I see Beat over there sniping. I see Scotty sniping. Now I want to snipe a little bit as well. I'm not amazing. I do have an SMG as a secondary, and I whip it out sometimes. I'll whip it out. But for the most part, this gameplay is not really about the gameplay. It's about the commentary. So, what am I going to be talking about today? Taking risks, taking chances. Be like Nike and just do it. Alright? This is important, and this is directed to any kind of person. This is directed to any person of any individual. And sorry guys, ahead of time, my nose is a bit stuffy. I do have allergies. My apologies. Sorry we can't all be perfect, okay? But this is directed to anybody of any age with just any kind of situation in their life. Okay, you could be anybody and follow these tips, or just follow this as an example. You don't even have to take it as tips. I'm not a love guru or anything. I'm not a master Yoda. I'm just a dude. I'm just a dude who likes playing video games and recording videos. That's it. But you got to take risks in life, and sometimes those risks can differ. Those risks can differ from purpose. Those risks can differ from one another in magnitude and how important that risk might, affect your life if you mess up or if you succeed, whatever. But I'm here to tell you that it's a good thing to take risks. Now, I used to be a very, very conservative person. I used to be a person who was never really tried to do anything, never really tried to do anything out of my box, never tried to step out of my shell, never tried to do anything like that. I would always just sit at home, play video games, that's it. That's kind of why I like playing video games so much, because I never had to interact with others while stepping out of my shell. It was really easy for me to talk to people online because I actually never had to see them in person, but it was always a problem of mine to be social with others in person. And you gotta take risks, man. No matter what you do, you gotta take risks. Even if it's in COD, if it's in school, if it's with a girl maybe. And I'll give you guys a little story here near the end, but you never know what might happen. You never know what the answer might be. You never know what the result might be. Maybe if you're afraid of asking out a girl, she might actually say yes. You don't know that. You don't have to jump straight up to rejection. She might be looking for a man, and you'll be her man. Like, you never know, right? Or like, for example, I don't know, super basic that everybody can relate to. You're taking a test and it's multiple choice, and you don't know the answer, and you're guessing. Well, whenever you guess on a multiple choice problem, you're taking a risk. You're like, alright, I'm going to say screw it to these other three options, and it's going to be C. And I'm sticking with it, even though I'm taking a risk. It might work, it might not. And obviously, that's on a smaller scale. That's not something big like, I need to jump this gap right now, or something bad is going to happen, and I need to take this risk, or I'm going to die. But sometimes, you don't want stuff like that to happen. That's not very good. That's not a good thing. But you know how your boy do. It's all on the flick of the wrist. But yeah, so anyway, you just want to make sure that whenever you're taking these risks, you're not putting anybody to harm, you're not making yourself look bad, you're not doing anything that you shouldn't be doing, but also at the same time, you should be, having fun, having a good time doing it, and think of yourself first, right? You always want to think about your personal self being first, and you don't want to ever put yourself in immediate danger. Don't ever try taking risks that will put you in danger unless you have practiced this before, or you are a licensed professional to do stuff, and stuff like that. For example, I like doing parkour. Now, some of you know what parkour is, some of you don't. Basically, for those of you who don't, parkour is getting from point A to point B as quick as possible, and making it look pretty cool as well. Now, it's not doing all those flips and and cartwheels and stuff like that. That's more free running. Parkour is just simply, there's something in your way, you gotta jump over it. There's something in your way, you gotta go around it. You gotta slide under it. Whatever. You gotta go fast though. You gotta have momentum. You gotta keep going. And when you're moving so fast when you're doing parkour, you sometimes have to take risks that you can't really account for too far in advance. I mean, yes, you get an eye for things. Yes, you get an eye for like, oh, I can jump over that. Oh, I can go this far if I do that. And I can, jump the gap and I'll be fine. But parkour involves a lot of risk taking. You could really hurt yourself if you mess up. Now, again, I just said don't ever put yourselves into immediate danger, but with parkour, it's a bit different. You practice on the ground before you go up on the rooftops and stuff like that. So you kind of have a feel for it. But anyway, one time I was doing parkour with my buddies. This was about 4 months in or so, of me knowing how to do parkour. And we went on our high school campus at night on a weekend. So there's nobody there. It was deserted. And it's an open campus too. It's not like a hallway corridor kind of high school. So we went just to go do some running, do some parkour. We did a lot of stuff. We do some basic stuff. We don't do the craziest stuff that you see on World Star Hip Hop or YouTube or whatever, where people jump literally tall buildings in the middle of the street. They just jump massive distances, or they slide on roofs and jump. And we don't do that kind of stuff because, we're not professionals. We literally self-taught ourselves how to do it, but it's pretty fun nonetheless. We climb over fences really quickly. We vault over railings. We climb buildings, but not too high buildings. And we do some jumps. We do a couple of jumps, but they're not insane. They're just clearing like mild gaps on rooftops. So I want to talk about one of those jumps that I had to do, and I didn't have to do, but I wanted to do. Feel good about it. So we got up onto this building, and it's about, I would say, it's not too high up. I want to say about 12 feet maybe. 12 feet, 14 feet up in the air. I mean, if you fall, you're breaking something. You're not dying, but you're breaking something if you fall, for sure. And we were jumping this gap. We were jumping this gap to this other building that was right next to it. It's, kind of like, not like trailers, but buildings side by side, classrooms. You know what I'm talking about. And was jumping this, and the distance seemed tremendous. The distance seemed like, at the time, because when you're scared, everything gets bigger, right, in your eyes. So it's like, oh man, like, I don't know if I can clear this. I don't know if I can do this. This is going to be hard. Even though I know I practiced it on the ground, I practiced this gap before on the ground. I know the distance. I know I can cover the distance, but yet I was still kind of jumpy, kind of not feeling it, kind of be like, holy shit, it's pretty intense. If I mess up, I'm breaking a leg for sure. Like, it's not good. But that didn't happen. I had confidence in myself. I took the risk. I went all the way through it. I didn't hesitate. That's the number one thing when you're taking risks. Don't ever hesitate, especially in COD also. If you're going to make a play, don't hesitate. Don't go back on it. Just keep what your mind wants you to do and keep going with it. You need confidence to be good. But anyway, I did the jump and I cleared it. I cleared the jump. I did it. Mama, I did it. I did it, mama. And I cleared it on my first try, obviously. Otherwise, I would have a broken leg. And I felt really proud, and I was glad that I took that risk. And that's something that's for me specifically. You guys have to find your own thing, but that's about it. Thank you all so much for watching. As always, make sure y'all have a wonderful day.